In the ongoing war of words to solve the problem of school violence, the amount of facts, logic, and most importantly, voices that should be heard and weighed but aren't is laughable.
Says the organization that laughably tries to blame others for their own mistakes.
Tragically, 17 innocent lives later, we're still not any closer to solving the problem because, well, agenda.
Incorrect. Many NRA members support gun reform, which the gun companies don't want.
The FBI failed to protect these kids. The sheriff's office failed to protect these kids. School officials failed to protect these kids. And of course, we all know the resource officer blatantly failed to protect these kids.
And absolutely nobody is denying that.
For some reason, none of these egregious failures matter because, well, we know that when a kid is riding his bike down the street and gets hit by a car, it's the NRA's fault.
Excused to make the students, parents, and teachers of Parkland look like they see the NRA as the boogeyman.
Just this week, a school shooting was stopped before a single innocent life was lost because a good guy with a gun put an end to it.
Even though at Parkland there was a good guy with a gun, but he was no help.
You want to save innocent lives? Take the millions of dollars going to this carnival of a march and hire armed guards in schools all over this country. But then these kids would have to shrink from the spotlight and go back to their homework. And the forces funding them would lose the opportunity to further an agenda that's a million times bigger than the guns.
Trying to smear the surviving students and teachers of the school by saying a serious event demanding change over gun laws is a joke while trying to defend the NRA-approved status quo for mass shooting aftermaths.
So no, it needs to be the NRA's fault. As one-sided, logic-deprived, and intellectually dishonest as I think this march is, I would defend the right of students to protest as vigorously as I spent the last 11 years protecting the Second Amendment.
Even though the NRA attack anyone who used their free speech to say something they don't like, if it's a NFL player, a CNN or late-night host, or even a survivor of a tragedy wanting change.
But the real messed up thing is, this festival masquerading as a march is organized by a group that is actively trying to restrict my First Amendment right by trying to get this show, along with the rest of NRA TV, kicked off of Amazon, Apple, Roku, YouTube, and every other mainstream media platform, merely because they don't like how I use my First Amendment right to advocate for my Second Amendment right.
Incorrect. People want NRA TV taken off sites like YouTube and Amazon because the NRA TV channel is meant to be a firearm news channel but spend most of their time bashing feminists, sports stars, and other news outlets instead of talking about firearms.
So I have to ask, what are you really marching for? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like a march to burn the Constitution and rewrite the parts that you all like in crayon.
And this NRA TV video ends with a slippery slope fallacy meant to look like the United States is moments away from getting a tyrannical government trying to take away everyone's firearms. In fact, looking at videos like this, it seems like the National Rifle Association is turning into a train wreck.
Remember to like, comment and subscribe if you liked this video.